Richard Nixon, such a wonderful president. Watergate scandal, opening relations to China, so many more. The list goes on. But anyway, when the word downfall is mentioned in terms of politics, one of the first names that pops up is Richard Nixon. Famously known for the Watergate scandal, Nixon has left both negative and positive marks on American history. He was a forerunner in advocating for equal rights for citizens. His public image rose as he was revered by most people, Republicans and Democrats alike. However, his ego caused his tragic downfall as he became the first president to ever step down from office. Nixon was a career politician who had experience in politics for decades, from barely losing to Kennedy in the 1960 election, the first televised one, mind you, and losing to Pat Brown in California and hiding away for 6 years until he resurged. Nixon led an exciting political career. And throughout his whole career, he was an anti-communist who led the fight against suspected communists, and was popular among Republicans. Well, go figure, he was a Republican. During his first 4 years, he lessened the tensions of the Cold War by visiting the USSR and visiting China for the first time since its establishment in 1949 to help bring China back to the global trading network and creating a new capitalist network. He was against the war in Vietnam and helped bring back troops through Vietnamization, as he called it, and he also advocated against the use of nuclear weapons technology for fear of further confrontation between communist nations and free nations, including the U.S. And as a president, in fact, he was seen as a feminist who supported equal treatment of women by filling more positions with women despite opposition from others, and even established a presidential task force on women's rights to bring light to lawsuits regarding sex discrimination. He supported desegregation, especially in schools, which made him popular among Democrats and colored people at the time. And his highlight of his career was when he became President of the United States. Think about it. You're President of the United States. Of course you're going to be happy about that. And Nixon, obviously, like all people do, became ambitious and paranoid about his re-election, even though he held an overwhelming number of electoral votes versus his opposition. And he was about to win. He was going to win, but he just couldn't handle it. He just ordered people to break into the DNC headquarters at Watergate to steal classified material. And despite repeated questioning by the media and by other governmental employees, he continued to deny any involvement and declared he was innocent, saying, "I am not a crook." And he continued to cover up the illegal activities until he was forced to release all of his recordings, and eventually he was set to be impeached. And rather than face impeachment, he resigned and fell away from the public for a while. I mean, you can imagine that. The public was shocked, utterly shocked, at how such a wonderful man, such as Richard Nixon, the politician who everyone loved, who wanted to drop out of politics for life, but made a comeback and changed history, would be involved in such a scandal. Richard Nixon is the best example of a political downfall. He rose to become one of the best presidents the country has ever seen, but instead he fell tragically and was never able to recover fully. In the end, he left disgraced, never again achieving the same fame and notoriety he had when he was still in office, when everyone loved him and trusted him.